everyone, today I'll be reviewing this new Bruce Willis movie just dropped on Netflix. It's called Out of Debt and it is starring Bruce Willis, Jamie King, and I see all Bruce Willis' latest movie. They are not that good anyway. They are all dropping on Netflix, so people who like Bruce Willis, they can check them out. Like you don't need to go to theater to see them. They always come to Netflix, you know what I mean? That means so in this movie we see this lady. She was on her hike. After coming from hike, on the way she sees one like the lady police officer, like she actually killed one guy and she trying to hide his murder. And when she witnessed this crime, after, of course, this cop goes after her, but we see in this movie there's two cop involved, and also there is a sheriff cop. He's also running for I guess a mayor election. That is what was they are showing us in this movie. We see this movie mainly centers around 5 characters. Bruce Willis, who is a like retired ranger in this movie, this hiker, this lady cop, a man cop, and this sheriff mayor. This movie, and also I guess Bruce Willis has a niece in this movie. So this movie has 6 people and it centers around, like it goes back and forth with these 6 people. That means I thought this movie was really bad, especially the way this movie shot. It looks absolutely awful. This movie took place in Georgia. There's many other movies on Georgia. They're not that bad looking. Most of Hollywood movie they shot in Georgia because you get actually tax refund there if you shot your movie there. So I understand why this movie was shot there. But cinematography for this movie looks like nothing. Doesn't looks like it have anything. It looks a total gray. The color of this movie, I was really disappointed. One scene you will see gray color, next scene is little bluish, like it does not looks like any other movie. When I was watching, I was like, what is this? That being said, this movie story is so basic, like you have seen it 1,000 times. You know how it's gonna end. This lady, Jamie King, she played in this movie like the hiker, like how she's able to manage like able to like kill other 2 cops in this movie. It was beyond me when I was watching it. I'm like, oh my god, she should be dead. And she is running all I guess in the wildness. She's running and running, like she's going for hiking there. And I'm like, oh, what is happening, you know? This movie is like, it has so many plot holes. When you watch it, you are like, oh. That means that in this movie, you are waiting to see Bruce Willis because you see him in the poster. But unfortunately, he's across the forest in this movie. He's sitting other part of the forest. You're just sitting here waiting for him to show up or get connected to this story somehow. He does get connected to this story like halfway through. Then I was like, I'm done with this movie. This movie is really very boring. The way only 6 people this movie has, and the way it shots is really awful, like total turn off when you watch it. And the story is like so basic, like you have seen it 1,000 times before. This movie, like corrupt cop. How many times we have seen those? Some of the stuff in this movie, like some of the character they do, you are like, oh, what is happening? That is what I was thinking. This movie is so basic. I feel like I have seen this kind of movie 1,000 times before. Probably one with Bruce Willis. And that was my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to share my other reviews on Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.